What's up, Johnny here. I hope you're having a good day. I'm making this video just to show you how I began playing the piano, how my journey was when it came to playing the piano. If you didn't know who I am, my name is Johnny. I go by the name of Judo Keys. I make music, but I started off by playing the piano first, and I want to dive into that story. So I grew up around music because my dad, he played music at his church. He played guitar at his church, and as a little kid, I would see him play guitar and sing. And at the house, he had a piano as well, a little keyboard. And I was always interested in like playing the guitar or piano or something like that. And one day at age 11, he had band practice at his house. And he had the band members, he had the drums, the singers, piano player, guitar player. And one night, they were playing a song called Al que me ciñe de poder. It's a Spanish song, and in the beginning it has like a piano solo. So they're practicing and all that. And when they took their break, their 10-minute break or 5-minute break, I decided, I wasn't in the band by the way. I decided to play the piano just to mess around. And eventually I learned the solo for the beginning of the song, like without anyone showing me. I just played it. And then my dad caught me, and then he pretty much said, "Oh, play it again." I'm like, "Okay." Played it again. He said, "Okay, one more time." So I played it again. So after that, he called all the band members to play the drums, like the drum player play drums, guitar, singers, whatever. And I ended up playing the solo along with the band. From that night forward, he kind of showed me how to play the piano. I remember after that practice, we ended up going to Farmer Boys, and my dad always carried a pen with him. So what he did when we were waiting for our order, we were at the table. He ended up drawing a piano. Like he ended up drawing the keyboard on the napkin, and he ended up drawing the keys, and then he ended up showing me, okay, this is a C chord right here. Then I saw it, I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, okay. Sunday comes along, he introduces me to the piano player, and it was a young lady. She was probably like 16, 17. She was playing the piano. He just told me like, look at her play, like kind of get inspired to play. I'm like, okay, I'm just watching or whatever. Wasn't really learning, but I'm like, okay, I'm just watching. Eventually, I stumble upon this book we had at the house. It was pretty much a book that showed all the chords of the piano. I'm like, okay, that seems interesting. So I ended up getting that book and getting the piano and like learning different chords, like okay, A, B, C, whatever. I never really learned the sharps because those were very intimidating, or the flat notes, whatever. I just learned like the major notes. Okay. After I learned the major notes, my dad noticed that I'm kind of ready to play in the band, but not that ready. I didn't feel ready, but he still had me play for the church band at age 11, and I only knew like 3 notes. So when I had to play a minor note on the keyboard, I I'm gonna put a microphone. So pretty much, even though I did not know how to play minor notes, my dad still made me play in front of the church, and I was really shy. So when the minor note came on, I just didn't play anything. But little by little, I ended up learning how to play the piano just by playing the piano even more. However, I did not learn a lot of flat notes, sharp notes till probably a year later. So it did take me a while, and it took me many years to learn the scales, to learn a lot of different things, because I only knew certain chords. I didn't know all the chords, and I didn't know a lot of the piano. But I was still determined to learn more. So I'll listen to certain songs and I'll learn by myself how to play the songs. I'm like, okay, this is how you do this is how you do that, and this is why people do this. And I believe God gave me that talent so I could multiply it. So, which is why I'm trying to show people how to play the piano, because I don't want me to be the only one to know how to play the piano. I want to show others and affect others and help others learn how to play the piano. That's why I do like the tutorials, and I really want to help you to learn the piano if that's what you want to learn. You see, I believe us as people, we were created to learn something, learn a skill, and replicate ourselves and teach others those skills as well. Because what's the point of learning something if you're not going to teach anyone else? So that's how I see it. I want to help others. Imagine I create music because I know how to play the piano. Now imagine if I'm able to show someone how to play the piano or teach someone how to play the piano, and they end up composing music, and then their family ends up learning music. It's like a whole generation. So this is why I do what I do, because I want someone to feel inspired, because I grew up shy. I grew up really shy, and even being on stage at church, I used to be really embarrassed. But somehow I learned how to stop being embarrassed and stop being shy. And I want to show others how they could do the same thing without fearing what people think of them. And I'll probably share my story on a different video on how I overcame certain fears, certain insecurities. But right now, I just want to let you know that we were made to learn something and duplicate ourselves and show other people, show the next generation what we can do, and show the next generation a better way. What's the point of having all this wisdom if you're just going to keep it for yourself? So that's my story on how I began my journey into playing the piano. And I made a firm decision to never let fear overtake my life, never let fear dictate where I'm going to go in life. Because most of the fear that we have is fake. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It's not real. Once you learn that, you will see that you could do so many amazing things. And I believe in you, and I don't want anyone to discourage you in pursuing what you want to pursue. As long as you put in the work, it's possible. So yeah, I do believe God wants us to multiply our talent, and I want to multiply my talent. So I created a customized blueprint where all the years of me learning how to play the piano is compressed into a downloadable PDF file, downloadable blueprint, where you could learn all the chords, scales, different ways to play notes, all the skills I've learned throughout many years compressed into one blueprint, which will save you many years. And you'll also learn how to play songs as well. Not just the intros of music, but actual songs with the chords. So if you want to learn how to play the piano, this is your chance. And imagine this time next year, you'll be really good at playing the piano. So I do highly suggest you check it out. Again, you don't want to let fear dictate your direction in life. I never want to let fear overcome my decisions. You shouldn't either. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you want me to talk about something else, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel for more content. And let's keep moving up. Peace.